In the quiet village of Orun, where artisans are revered, Naysha's reputation as a master weaver is unmatched. Her fingers spin beauty from thread, and her fabrics tell stories of bravery, love, and loss. However, her skills have caught the eye of her ambitious and greedy uncle, Badu. One evening, Badu visits her, praising her talents and promising her untold wealth. He proposes a bargain. If Naysha weaves a cloth more beautiful than any other, he would share his growing wealth with her. Innocent and eager to prove her skill, Naysha agrees, sealing the deal with a single woven thread, as is the village custom. Yet, hidden within Badu's promise is a dark twist. Without her knowing, she was unknowingly promised him her first-born child as payment for the fortune he shares. Naysha, delighted with her uncle's praise, pours her heart into weaving a cloth that sings of sunlight, love, and laughter. But as she finishes, a strange shiver of dread fills her. Unknown to her, the promise they made binds her to a fate beyond her control. As the weeks pass, Naysha notices her uncle's fortune blossoming. She too receives a portion, enough to ensure her family lives well. But whispers around the village begin to emerge about strange luck, children disappearing, shadows cast on families that had dealings with Badu. One night, Naysha dreams of a dark figure standing over a loom, weaving her life into the fabric of a contract. Startled, she visits the village wise woman, Malia, seeking clarity. Malia's eyes darkened as she speaks of the ancient custom. To promise with a thread is to bind with life. Badu's promise may cost you more than you know, Naysha. Horrified, Naysha returns to her loom, understanding now that her firstborn child is claimed by her uncle. Determined to break the curse, she decides to create a fabric that holds the key to her salvation, weaving symbols of freedom and secrets only the wise would understand. Her plan begins, and she prepares a message, one that someone somewhere might decipher. As Naysha weaves, Badu grows suspicious, sensing her defiance. He begins watching her, creeping around her hut late at night, looking for signs of rebellion. Naysha can feel his presence, his eyes on her as she weaves symbols and warnings into each thread. But she does not falter, for she knows her child's life depends on her resolve. The village begins to notice Naysha's change. Her friends whisper that her weavings are different now, less beautiful, more mysterious. Some say they feel fear when they touch her new clothes, that strange symbols seem to shift under moonlight, forming faces that watch and wait. Naysha continues, casting aside fear, building her secret message into each piece. The symbols are obscure, intricate, cycles, broken thread, and knots that tell a story of betrayal and salvation. Yet she knows that Unless someone of true wisdom sees it, her child's fate remains sealed. One day, a traveling merchant named Kumi arrives in Oron, drawn by rumors of Naysha's skill. He is quiet, observant, with an intense gaze that unsettles the villagers. Kumi sees one of Naysha's fabrics displayed, studying it closely. At that moment, he feels the pull of something unusual within the weave, sensing a message embedded within the artistry. Intrigued, Kumi visits Naysha's home, requesting a fabric that he claims will be taken to a distant land. Naysha senses something different about him, his voice, his eyes, as if he knows her secret. She carefully hands him a piece with the symbols clearly visible. As he examines it, his gaze lingers on the strange shapes and hidden words. After a long silence, Kumi looks up. "You speak of betrayal and freedom, Naysha. Why would such a master weaver conceal these messages?" Naysha's heart races, her hope rekindled as she sees that he understands. She speaks cautiously, her words a riddle that only the wise could unravel. In Kumi, she feels the presence of someone who may be able to help. Kumi, revealing himself as a wanderer, well versed in ancient lore, understands the true depth of her plight. He recognizes the power woven into her work, a plea for justice against her uncle's greed. He offers a way to unravel the promise, but only if she can weave a final fabric that embodies the very essence of her spirit and strength. With renewed purpose, Naysha crafts a piece more magnificent than any she has woven, imbued with symbols of light, liberation, and truth. Badu, sensing her defiance, storms into her hut, demanding the cloth. Yet when she touches it, he feels the power within, and his greedy heart begins to tremble. Kumi watches as Badu's greed collapses upon itself, the promise shattered. As the fabric's spell takes hold, Naysha's bond is broken, her child's life spared. Badu, weakened and disgraced, leaves the village, his wealth dissolving as mysteriously as it appeared. In the aftermath, Naysha's woven work becomes a legend, and she is celebrated as a symbol of courage and cunning. Her fabrics continue to hold the spirit of her resilience, each piece carrying the memory of a weaver who outwitted darkness through the strength of her craft.